Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be showing you guys how I wash my brushes. So basically what I like to do is put my dirty brushes in this flower vase. I got this flower vase from Dollar Tree. Every time I do my makeup, I always like to put the dirty ones in this vase. That way when it's full, it's time for me to clean my brushes. Then moving on to my beauty blenders. As you guys can tell, they're pretty dirty. So I'm going to go ahead and wash those first. Okay, so the soap that I've been using is this pink soap bar. It's called Zote. As you guys can see, I've been using this for a very long time. There's this random weird hole in the middle. So I purchased this at Walmart. It was just 96 to 90 cents. I'm not pretty sure of the price, but I'm gonna be focusing the brush on the top surface of my soap. So right now I just wet all the beauty blender super well, and then I'm just applying the beauty blender on the top surface and going circular motion underwater. I'm using warm water. You guys can use cold or hot water. I prefer warm water because then I get really cold easily, or it's gonna get really hot since you're gonna be working under the water for a long time. So you just squeeze and rub and squeeze and just keep rubbing. You guys can see all that dirty makeup coming out. And honestly, I've tried so many methods like the dish soap and the dish soap and the olive oil, and I honestly didn't like that method because it like made me break out so much. So I've been doing this method for a very long time, and so far I really like it. So I was just happy to show you guys this. Okay, so after I'm done washing it, the last step I like to do is just give it a small rinse to make sure there isn't any more soap or makeup coming out. But in this case, how there was a little bit of makeup, I just try to rinse it out again. And then as you guys can see, there's no more makeup on my beauty blender. It's all nice and clean, and it also smells good. So moving on to my next beauty blender, I'm basically going to repeat the same steps, run it under water until it's fully wet, and then we're gonna move on to the soap. We're gonna do the same steps the same steps I said. Rub it and then squeeze, rub and squeeze, rub and squeeze. Okay, so after I'm done washing my beauty blenders, I move on with my makeup brushes. What I like to do is I like to start off with the fattest brushes there is, the biggest brushes. So what I like to do is basically just run it under some water. And always remember that when you're running a brush under water, make sure that the brush is always facing down. So the bristles will be facing your sink. That way the water won't go through the bristles, and then you'll have like a lot of fallout, and we don't want fallout because our brushes our brushes should always our brushes should always be really pretty and really soft. So just make sure it does not go through the little bristles because then the glue will start loosening up, and we don't want that. So what I like to do, I grab my bar soap, and I like to just go circular motion and then front and back, circular motion, front and back. Once I see that there's enough soap in the brush, I like to grab my hand and just go circular motion. That way I can have a surface to work on, which is my hand. As you guys can see, there's a lot of makeup coming out, and I just like to repeat the steps. I like to do front and back, and look how much makeup comes out. So once I think that the brush is all ready to get rinsed off, I go ahead and rinse it off. So I like to just make sure that your water is pretty warm. It's not too hot or too cold. That way you can feel comfortable with yourself working under that water. So then, as you guys can see, I'm like basically I'm doing the same steps under the water. So that way you guys can see if there's more soap or if there's no more soap or if there's like more makeup. That way you guys can keep doing the method again. But there you go. I washed my first brush. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys with the smaller brush. It's the same thing. It's just that with the smaller brush, it's gonna be faster because it doesn't have much bristles, so it's just gonna be really fast. I love washing my small makeup brushes last. That way, I just do it really quick, and I don't really spend much time with those. So I personally like washing my big brushes first, and then the smaller ones last. So I won't spend too much time washing them. Okay, so this brush, I usually use it for like a lot of things. For example, foundation and contouring when I do contour my face. So it has a lot of products. So you guys will see how much product it will come out. So basically, just repeat the same steps I said, and just watch how much product will come out. This brush, I use this as like my best friend. I love this brush so much. Look about the product that builds up in brushes. I feel like it's really important for people to wash the brushes because that way you guys can prevent acne or like breakouts or like your pores. Like I feel like a lot of people don't know how important it is to wash your brushes, but it is very important because having clean brushes is like having clean face. I know this girl that she didn't really wash her brushes for like the longest time, and I told her, I was like, you need to wash your brushes. She was breaking out a lot, and I was like, maybe because you don't wash your brushes. She started washing her brushes and her face started clearing up. So it is very, very important for you guys to wash your brushes. After you guys get a hang of washing your brushes, you guys can go ahead and grab 3 brushes at one time, and it just makes your time so much faster if you guys are in a hurry, or like if you guys just want to finish already since you guys have been standing there for such a long time. Just do the same thing. It's the same steps, exactly the same steps. It's just a faster way to finish washing your brushes. I just like this step so much because towards the end, when I'm washing my brushes, I always seem to get really tired of standing up, and I just like to finish everything real fast. after I'm done washing all the brushes, I like to do this to my brushes. So I basically just run the brush through like a towel just to make sure there's no water left in the brush. So that way the brush can dry perfectly and it will not take long to dry. I am so sorry I keep moving my camera. It was really hard to film this with just one hand. But I kind of got a hang of it, and you guys can see that all I'm doing is just basically patting the brush into my towel just so there will be no extra water in the brush. And I just keep doing that with all my brushes until all of them are good to go. Hello guys, so this is the final look. This is how they look like after they have been air dried. They look all nice and clean. And yeah, like it's just a super easy way to clean your brushes. And this is how my beauty blenders look like. They're so clean. I'm just over here adding some cute decor. But yes, thank you guys for watching.